these numbers. I mean, fundraising is a really good way to measure how well a candidate is doing, especially a candidate who's not running as a hardcore Democrat in Los Angeles. Look at these numbers. He's raising $2.72 million. Karen Bass, the sitting incumbent, only raising $283,000. I would say that Pratt's success is, you're right, I think he's performing well. He's got some good presence about him, but he's also doing well because Karen Bass and Nithya Raman are doing so bad. Yeah. And he's basically able to just pick up on common sense issues. Here's Billy Bush talking about why people are liking Pratt. Watch.
Everyone's missing who's voting for me. The only people that aren't are the socialists, the lunatics, and the communists. But any normal functioning brain that doesn't want to step in human poop when they get their matcha is voting for me, which is a lot of people. I'm not political. I never wanted to be a politician. I actually hate politicians. Politicians are the reason my house burned down, my parents' house burned down.
You drive around the streets of Los Angeles, it's disgusting. And that is just not okay. And Spencer says, look, his whole platform, like he just said, is truthfulness. I'm going to show you the money we take in and where the money goes, to what NGOs, to what programs, how efficient are they? Just total accountability and transparency. I'm down for that.
And of course, this fundraising comes after a lot of these online ads that he's put out have gone viral.
Yeah, we got to talk about Spencer Pratt, LA mayor candidate. I know, this is crazy because he has absolutely become a star on the political scene. And I want you guys to comment below, who does Spencer Pratt remind you of? Comment below who he reminds you of, and I'm going to let you know who he reminds me of, because I think we're probably going to have the exact same answer. But like I said, comment below who Spencer Pratt reminds you of. But for me personally, and pause it if you need to, if you need some time to type, because I'm about to say who he reminds me of. He reminds me of early on Trump, right? 100%. Not a politician, a guy who came from the entertainment business, right, field, and he's kind of a dark horse who nobody believed in at first, but then once he got into the race, he started to build this momentum, and things started to, speed up. He started to bubble up, and, his name started to be recognized more and more as a serious candidate, right? He was already known beforehand, just like Trump was. They've got a lot of similarities, but we shall see if he pulls it out. Honestly, I think he may. As you saw there with the donations that he was able to take in, $2.72 million in comparison to Karen Bass's 200 and something thousand. Yeah, absolute clobbering. And then, more importantly, when you look at just videos of him on the streets and just talk to people on the streets, everybody's talking Spencer Pratt. Like, here's one clip.
I met him. He got my number. I got his number.
What do you mean you got your number?
Yeah, he got my number. You can record me. Hello. I met him at the Plaza Olvera, the Mayor's Day. Because the corrupt Karen Bass came after me. I'm an activist. She sent her little goons after me, being unhoused.
And he's making absolutely genius moves. So what you saw there at the beginning is just a stencil that he sprayed with the power washer that etched, imagine if the streets were this clean, Spencer Pratt for mayor of LA. Like, that is genius. You take a cheap stencil that didn't cost any more than $5. Okay, it's probably a little bit more than $5, maybe 20, but still relatively cheap. And you just walk down the sidewalk, you lay it down, you grab your power washer, and you go to spraying. Very, very cheap advertising. Very, very cheap and super effective. When people walk over this dirty side, I mean, look how dirty this sidewalk is. That is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And I understand it's the ground. It's gonna be dirty. But to be that dirty, it's quite disgusting. That is quite disgusting. So very, very effective in my humble opinion in terms of ads in advertising. Now, I want to play a couple of clips, probably about 4. We'll see. We'll see if we make it to all of them, because I got so many clips of this guy just out on the streets, and just clips of random people talking about Spencer Pratt. Like that's why I'm like, I think this guy genuinely will win. Like, I think he genuinely will win. But here's some of the clips. I'm gonna let him run.
So I had to put up with this for 4 years. My office is above the post office, and I had been there for 38 years. And I had to leave because I had to jump over literally crap to get to my office. So this isn't something that's just happening. And hopefully, you know, I don't know you, but I want you to be successful, because Los Angeles needs someone like you. Just to step up and say, common sense, this isn't appropriate. Kids shouldn't have to jump over crap to walk the streets, and they literally had to do this. And the best one is, let me get to it. This was a restaurant and all the stuff in front of it. But this was LA County Public Health. That was LA County Public Health, and they had all the homeless in front of the LA County Public Health. Now, how insane is that?
It's insane. Yeah, I agree. That's why I'm doing it. Amazing. Can I get to keep that?
Yes.
I love the block party. I've been speaking to Spencer. I said, get to South Central, get to South Central. And he sent me a flyer right as I was saying it. I was like, he's coming. This is it. And I loved it. I grew up in St. Louis, Missouri, the inner city. And so I couldn't even imagine having something like this. And so this is just beautiful, just to get the community together, just to show people that he's for all of LA, not just some of it, not just parts, but all of LA, that he's going to represent the entire city. We can look back, we can go decades. Candidates avoid cities like this, areas like this. Where I'm from in St. Louis, it was called the state streets. Politicians avoided the state streets at all costs. And so him coming out, he's showing that I care. He knows exactly what neighborhood this is. That's exactly why he's here. And so that's just, I'm honored to even be here. My main thing is just for Spencer to just keep going, keep spreading your message, keep bringing hope and positivity to the people out here. For the other candidates, you were in office this entire time. Why did you not stop the issues that were happening? Something like in LA, we have black people are 8% of the population, but 35% of the homeless. We have a black mayor in office. Do you not see your people out there suffering? Spencer Pratt wants the suffering to stop. We want the suffering to stop. So that's what today is about. It's showing that we're going to come to the place where people avoid. This is a new Los Angeles.
I'm a native, Angelino, born and raised in LA, and I don't like what's happening to LA. I don't like what's happening to California. I've seen enough, and I'm politically fluid. I don't side with any particular party, but I definitely don't like what's happening to California, and it's time for a change. Anybody who's going to make the change, and so far what I've seen Spencer doing is pretty savage, and I'm all in whatever is going to end homelessness, because homelessness is not getting better, it's getting worse. So never mind what you hear on the news. It's not drug addiction. Forget what you hear on the news. California is unaffordable. People aren't homeless because they're on drugs. They're on drugs because they have to cope with all the corruption in LA. So it's not even a Democrat or Republican thing. I mean, you can make it what you want, but California's corrupt and we need change.
She has done another horrific thing against Korean community in 2024 also.
What's that?
She removed our artifacts out of a city hall and kicked them out of the city hall after 4 decades. New York Post, LA Times, NBC, they all did a coverage on this, okay? So, not good. We cannot have a person with the hatred, racism as our mayor. Oh no, there's no place in our community for hatred and racism. She needs to resign.
I was going to bring this up at the debate.
Yeah,
I didn't get a
to
chance.
resign.
No, you cannot say it's a miracle that Korean business is burned down.
She thing is this. She is not, I'm talking about Karen Bass, she is not the protector of immigrants.
Oh,
she is not.
That's all act.
It is.
Just to make it so everyone forgot.
Right.
That 12 people burned alive.
Right. She's a criminal. So this is the Koreatown. Major intersection, Olympic and Western. You see the Koreatown sign, but it's all ran down. Okay, we need help. We need really big help to revitalize the Koreatown like before.
So yeah, that's just some of the clips. I've got more, but I'm not gonna bore you with all of it. Now, something interesting is being proposed. Now, I'm not advocating for this. I just think it's absolutely hilarious to hear people talk about this because, you know, the left has always advocated for, you know, no ID and all of this other stuff. But check it out.
I heard that people are coming into California to LA from out of state so that they can vote for Spencer Pratt. Okay. No, please don't do that. Don't come from out of state and attempt to vote in an election for a city that you don't reside in. Please don't do that.
It's not like they would know anyway, right? Because voter ID is racist, so you can't check any type of ID or require any type of identification because that is not allowed. And, you know, things are getting serious when TMZ, Harvey Levin, comes out and says, yeah, I think this guy, Spencer Pratt, is probably going to win. Check it out.
So much displeasure with Karen Bass. And that said, she still could easily win the general election. This is a Democrat city. Spencer Pratt is a Republican. That's going to come out in the, in the fall that, he's a Republican and people are going to hammer that. She has a base here. I thought Rick Caruso was going to beat her last time around and she beat him by a lot. So, it's an uphill battle. It's an uphill battle for him. But I do think in the primary, he's going to get more votes than her.
So I had just shown you, if Branson puts it up, I want to show you something.
Yeah, you just showed me your magazine.
Yeah, the magazine cover. And
for everybody who doesn't know, Mark's a mogul. He owns LA Magazine.
So you will see there that magazine obviously went to print prior to this latest surge by Spencer Pratt, which to your point has been in the last, week to 10 days. And that is an AI designed cover. You'll see that Karen Bass is not there and there is the Ghana flag behind them and the hills on fire. And a couple of snarky people have said, is that really ramen? And it looks like Spencer's lost a pound or two. But the interesting thing about this is 10 days ago, that looked to be the real race. You know what I mean? Between the numbers 2 and 3, who was going to come in second and get in?
It's not anymore. I think, I think Karen Bass is going to come in second. I really do. I think Spencer is going to get more votes than her. And it's, again, combination between displeasure with her and the fact that he's run a good campaign. But
and to your point, the AI memes have really talked to any political strategist who knows what they're doing. You've had traditionally this huge, in a post-Citizens United world, huge amounts of money going into PACs and other kinds of things. This has really, in a lot of ways, been a kind of a insurgent campaign using AI and memes and those kinds of quirky ads that have worked tremendously as they go viral repeatedly. And you can't even spend the amount of money that they are getting in terms of the results.
Well,
of
not
the
just
campaign.
that. He's not even producing them. There are just people on the outside doing it. Can I tell you something that's happened to me?
So yeah, you heard him say there, hey, at least in the primaries, I think he's going to get more votes than her, which I think he will too. But also, you also heard them talk about the effectiveness of his ads. They're virtually free. Okay, so now he's got more money to spend on other things rather than ads. And and not to mention, every single one of his ads goes absolutely viral because they're fire. No pun intended. But I genuinely think this is going to be a lot closer than a lot of people expect. And he'll actually come out on top. I think he will actually pull it off. He will squeak by Mayor Karen Bass in deep blue California, in deep blue LA. Yeah, I think it's going to happen. This guy is absolutely surging right now. People are really getting behind this guy, as you guys saw in those clips that I played for you. And like I said, I've got more. Like I've got other clips. Y'all know. Hey, listen, I come with where was I at? I come with the clips, baby. Like I've got other clips. You know what I'm saying? Like
Spencer Pratt block.
You know what I mean? Like I have more clips of this guy traveling around and people being super excited to see him and talk about him. Now I got the hiccups. Goodness gracious. But yeah. So maybe, just maybe, we will see a clean LA here soon. We will see a LA that looks completely different than what we have grown accustomed to. And that, ladies and gentlemen, will be an absolutely beautiful thing. It will be great to see LA beautiful again. You know, that would be absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. Now, of course, you're going to have, the establishment come out, and we're already seeing that. And say you're an idiot for voting Spencer Pratt and blah, blah, blah. He's not this. He's not that. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's not a politician. He's never run an office, blah, blah, blah. We're going to get that, and we're already starting to get that because they're panicking, okay? And my rebuttal to that is, well, we have someone who was supposed to be qualified, because that's what these leftists and these establishment types always talk about. Well, they're not qualified. Well, how well did that qualified woman do for LA in her past term, Karen Bass? Pretty terrible, but she was qualified. So I think it's time to try somebody who is unqualified, because the qualified person couldn't get the job done. As a matter of fact, they made LA a poop hole, literally. But anyway, y'all get in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions. How do you feel about Spencer Pratt? Good, bad, indifferent? Let me know. Stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.